Yo everybody, welcome back to another JD the Gamer video, and in this video with DC Dark Legion, we're going to look at the Superman family and see who is joining my favorite character of all time, Superman, to take this fight to the next level. So if you know anything about me, you know Superman is my favorite all time. I love me some Superman, but up until this point with this Superman family little tag that he's had on him, he hasn't been able to share it with nobody until recently. They finally added Supergirl into the mix. I have her at 5 white stars right now, and I can get her to 2 blue. I'm gonna probably pull a couple more, but there's also a couple extra characters coming. We got Crypto on his way, and then we got Connor Kent, Superboy, coming soon. But if you also click into Superman, click on the strategy here, and you go down to lineup, scroll down, we can see Superman family for the tag. There is a 5th member coming, and we can all speculate who it is. I have a couple of my favorites that I would like to be thrown into here. I have one Superman family. I would say Power Girl would be kind of cool here. But if you wanted to combine some stuff here and go go Superman tag, but then also go a villain, we can go like Lobo, we can go Doomsday, we can go one that I think is kind of cool and could kind of fit into this Bizarro, but we can get into that into a separate video if you guys want me to. But my top 2 would be Power Girl and Bizarro, but that's neither here nor there. So we all know what Superman can do. We know his powers by now, man. He's been out since the start of whatever world you started in. Superman is always the starting character as far as I know. But also, real quick, before we get into the rest of the team, if you go into the event, go into event calendar, look what popped up here. In 2 days now, we have Superman banner coming back. Now, Nightwing doesn't leave for another like 12 days, and Supergirl just started, so she's got like 20-something days left. But Superman shows up in 2 days. So the question I have is it going to be 3 banners here? There is enough space here to have 3 banners. But if we don't have 3 banners, is Superman going to have a different type of currency to be able to pull for him? Whatever the case may be, I'm very glad that Superman's coming back. I will be pulling for Superman again. I would love to get him to gold and maybe even red star. That would be awesome. But yeah, so if we look into Supergirl and her powers, she's pretty okay. I have to continue to build her and then work on her force to see how good she is. She does have a freeze here. Freezing, or not a freeze, but it has freezing in it. Excels an icy blast, dealing physical damage 200% to enemies in a fan shape. Then her second skill, solar recharge, increases defense and men for each Superman family present. Supergirl gains an additional 3% of defense and men. So that's kind of cool. Her ultimate, Supergirl channels her power, dealing physical damage equal to 250%. Blah blah blah. We went all through this in the Supergirl summoning session. Increases 5% attack, and with more Superman family, you can up that even more, and then increases defense and men. So if you want to take a look at that, go ahead and take a look at that. But if we go down here to my man Crypto, or I shouldn't say my man, my dog Crypto. We go into not store, get it together, not strategy guide, collection. There we go. I knew eventually I'd get it right. And we go down here to Crypto. We can see his moves. So Crypto is a little interesting, man. First skill, Crypto heals all allies within 400% of his attack. Kind of cool. I like that's a large number right there, and I'm sure that's maxed out though. So if we look at that not maxed out, it's 150%, but that's still good of his attack. So we have to build some attack on him. But as you keep going through these moves, it's a little interesting though that we have to build him on attack. And here's why. I do like Good Boy too. Just look at the names of these moves, man. Good Boy, Therapy Dog. When an ally drops below 50% HP, Crypto flies to their side, granting a shield equal to 200% of his attack and healing them for 100% of his attack. Can be cast manually with a 10% cooldown or a 10-second cooldown. Okay. His ultimate, Zoomies. Again, amazing name choices. Crypto zips around excitedly, knocking down enemies in his path and reducing their attack by 8%. He also heals allies in his path for 40% of his attack per second for 5 seconds. Passive, instead of attacking, Crypto sniffs out buried bones across the battlefield. Each bone he finds grants him a large amount of energy and increases his healing effect by 5%. Interesting. So he's not even attacking here. He's just finding bones to continue to build energy and continue to heal. Okay, best super friend. At the start of battle, Crypto gains 50% bonus HP and increases all allies' defense and men by 15% of his own. Casting his ultimate generates 2 Krypton energy, and if Crypto is defeated, this effect transfers to the nearest Superman family. He's looking like a tremendous support character, okay? And then his global skill increases Superman family champions' attack by 1.5% and defense by 1.5%. Applies globally. So you're giving extra attack to Superman and Supergirl and Superboy. Not Power Girl. Did I say Power Girl? Supergirl. And then we have Connor Kent, Superboy, okay? Let's take a look at his regular skills. Connor Kent excels a blast of icy wind, dealing physical damage 220% of his attack to enemies in a circular area and reducing their defense by 5%. Again, works well with Superman, decreasing physical defense on the enemy. Then his second skill, Connor Kent strengthens his resolve, reducing damage taken from range skills by 12%. Not too bad. His ultimate, Super Bro. Connor Kent unleashes his telekinetic power, increasing attack by 10% of his base attack for both himself and the ally with the highest attack. Supergirl takes priority if present. So it's always going to go to Supergirl if she's on the field. This effect is capped at 33% of the target's base attack each time, stacks up to 3 times, and lasts until the end of the battle. The ally also becomes immune to control effects for 1 time. The attack bonus is doubled for Superman family allies. That's big right there. At the start of battle, Connor Kent's attack increases by 10% for each level of Krypton energy. Remember, Crypto has Krypton energy, so you see how it starts to form together. Okay. Then his global skill increases all champions' men by 2% and supporter champions' HP by 1%. So, as you start to look at the team's chemistry, I think the chemistry is pretty solid. The problem is that I don't think right now we have to wait until this 5th character comes out, and we have to build these characters because we don't know as percentages go up how well they actually do, all that good stuff. But depending on this 5th character, I'm a little concerned on like people like Deathstroke or Nightwing jumping to the back of the line and hitting, because I feel like they can take them out pretty easily. Now, the Superman Family tag. Deploying Superman Family champions activates Krypton energy. Each ultimate cast by Superman Family champions generates 1 point of Krypton energy. Okay, so Krypton energy level 1 requires 4 points, increases attack of all Superman allies present by 20%. If you can get this up to level 3, which requires 27 points, 60% increase of attack. Now, the problem is that's going to take a while to do, but as you can start to see with Crypto doing Krypton energy and Superboy doing Krypton, you might be able to start adding up these Krypton energies pretty quick. Now, again, I said this before, we have to see who this 5th character is. If I'm the game, I'm releasing at least Crypto on Friday, July 11th, when Superman, the new movie comes out. I think that would be a perfect release of the character Crypto. Maybe not Superboy. Let's see how that should probably take a little longer, especially since the banner and everything. I wouldn't mind if they put that in the month though, just to kind of commemorate and continue the celebration of the new Superman movie coming out. But I think if they do not drop Crypto on Friday, July 11th, I think you dropped the ball here. Perfect opportunity to drop Crypto. He looks like he's going to be a pretty big part in the new Superman movie. So you have to do it, man. You have to drop him. But I think this family, the Superman family, can be pretty strong. We're going to have to see how strong when it comes down to, can they rival like Justice League Dark teams and Justice League teams? I don't know yet. But it looks like it's going to be at least fun to play with, and you best believe with me loving Superman, I'm putting the whole squad together. Family reunion, baby. All right, so there's my 2 cents on the Superman family. What do you think on Superman family? Are you going to be going for them? Have you gone for Supergirl? Are you going to be going for Superboy and Crypto when they drop? I know in the earlier Earths, the earlier servers, they're already out and everything like that. But let me know if you haven't gotten them yet. Are you going to be? Does this look like it could rival a good team? Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be the best team, but can it at least be a good team? I hope so. I'm a Superman fan, so I hope this thing wrecks. I hope this team is awesome because I'm going to continue to build Superman like crazy. Let me know down below what your thoughts are of the Superman family. If you're going for it, if not. Let me know if I'm wrong in my thought process, but I think I'm pretty on par here. But like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, man, it's your boy JD, and I'm out this thing, baby. Peace.